I ruined 3 months of fasting by doing this wrong. Breaking your fast wrong can wreck your progress. And here's what actually works for weight loss, energy, and ageless results. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video where I also reveal what not to do to break your fast. Hi, I'm Daphne, and I'm the face behind Ageless After 50, where we ditch diet culture, reclaim our rhythm, and thrive unapologetically. Picture it. You have been fasting now for 12, 16, 18, 20 hours, or even more. And congratulations, now it is time for all that hard work to pay off by breaking your fast properly. Because you didn't fast in vain, right? So I'm going to reveal what not to do first, because this is going to be eye-opening, and I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I did during my journey of finding the right rhythm that was right for me. And so with that said, let's break it down. And it's going to be 4 different categories of what not to do to break your fast. The first one is raw veggies. You don't want to break your fast with raw veggies. Don't get me wrong. Raw veggies are fantastic for your nutrition and your health. However, after you've fasted for a long period of time, your body is now in a prepared state. And spoiler alert, what you should be focusing first is protein. We'll get to that in just a moment. With raw veggies, after you've gone for a long period of fasting, it's too harsh on your system, and what the end result can be is a lot of bloating and gas, which can lead to a world of discomfort. So you can still eat the raw veggies in your meal that you're using when you break your fast, just don't grab it first. Does that make sense? Let's move forward. Number 2, you don't want to break your fast with a huge meal. Now, I get it. You are on your way to your favorite restaurant, or you're going to a catered event, a networking opportunity where you know there's going to be loads of food, and that's fantastic. Do not deprive yourself at all. Go back to the protein. Eat your protein first. But you do not want to break your fast with a Thanksgiving dinner-esque style meal where you just have everything and you're trying to eat everything in one fell swoop. You want to space it out when you break your fast. In that scenario, grab your protein first. I'm always going to tell you, grab your protein first. That is what the constant will always be with the Ageless AF eating rhythm method. Eat protein first. Get a couple of bites in, so that is the first thing that hits your system. That is going to stabilize your metabolism, and it's going to prevent your glucose levels, your insulin, from spiking up. That causes a whole plethora of issues that you want to avoid. Get in the habit of breaking your fast gently. Moving on to number 2 of how not to break your fast, and that is with sugary. I know smoothies are extra popular, whether you're getting them from your favorite local smoothie store around the corner or you're making them at home. You don't want to break your fast with a sugar smoothie. And here's why. It's going to put you on a blood sugar roller coaster. I want you to picture this. You've completed your fast, whether it's 12 hours, 18 hours, 20 hours, or the whole day. It's complete. And so now your body is in nutrient needing mode. You've gone through the repair portion, which is fasting, but now it's time to go through the nourish portion, and that is your feeding. When you go and automatically hit your system with that sugary smoothie, it will spike your insulin levels. You don't have anything in your system. So that's the first thing that it's going to recognize and register. And that is just not where you want to be. You want to eat protein first. If you want a smoothie When you break your fast, that's fine. Eat protein first or get a protein smoothie. So moving on to the number one thing that you absolutely do not under any circumstances break your fast with. And I was guilty of this for years. It is very serious and it could be incredibly damaging to your system and really throw your fasting results out the window. And that is alcohol. Never, ever break your fast with alcohol. It can spike your insulin, lead to severe dehydration, and it really puts undue stress on your liver. And I get it. You've been fasting for, let's say, 16 hours. You're doing the 16-8, which is 16 hours of fasting and then your 8-hour window. And it's happy hour at your favorite place. And of course, you want to partake in a cocktail. That's fine. But before you drink that cocktail, eat a few bites of protein first. Whether it's an appetizer that you get with just a couple of bites, make sure to get the protein first. Alcohol will never be a solution to break your fast. You are going to get buzzed a lot sooner. And even though in theory that sounds, ooh, okay, let's go. Don't threaten me with a good time. But in execution, it really does wreak havoc on your body. And take it from someone who is now on a 3-year sobriety journey. This is something I did all the time because for me, it was, oh, I get my bang for my buck when I get to the happy hour where I fasted. So whatever I drink is going to just hit different, right? No, it hits different, all right, but not in the way that you want it to hit. You are damaging your body at this point and you're not nourishing it. And now you're negating the effects of your fast. So do not, under any circumstances, break your fast with alcohol. If you like to partake in spirit, nothing wrong with that. I said this is a safe space, no judgment. Eat your protein first. That's it. So those are the 4 things to not do when you break your fast. Number 1 is the raw veggies because it's just way too harsh after fasting. Number 2 is huge meals. It shocks your digestion and can promote bloating and gas, and no one wants to be gassy. No. And then we have sugary smoothies. It will put your blood sugar on a roller coaster ride. Doesn't matter if you're making the smoothie at home or if you're getting it from your favorite local smoothie store, eat the protein first and then you can have your smoothie. And then, of course, number 1, what not to do when you break your fast is partake in alcohol. Do not break your fast with alcohol. Order something if you're going out to a restaurant. If you have to nosh on the peanuts, better do something, but just as a worst case scenario, but do not break your fast with alcohol. You will negate the positive effects that you accrued during your fasting window. So those are the 4 of what not to do. When it comes to the Ageless AF eating rhythm and breaking your fast, here are the 3 core fundamentals that you want to keep in mind. Number 1, always hydrate first. Make sure you are getting your water. Make sure you are getting electrolytes. And by the way, electrolytes is greater than coffee. So get your electrolytes in. You've just put your body through a minor stressor with that fasting period. So now make sure through your fasting that you're hydrating with water solely. I recommend water infused with lime, lemon, but you don't want to be sipping on something that's nutrient dense during your fasting because it will negate those results. If you like what you've heard so far, make sure to hit the like button. We are creating a lot of new content to walk you through the Ageless AF eating rhythm and how to do it for maximum success without the stress. So with that said, you want to introduce fats and fiber. And that can include avocados, nuts, things of that nature. Again, go for protein first. Worst case scenario, if you're just not around protein, then go for the fat. But you reach for that protein first. Proteins are the building blocks of the nourishment backbone of your body. The amino acids, that is what is really going to take your Ageless AF eating rhythm method to the next level of success. When you break your fast properly, you're giving your body the nutrient dense foods that it needs. And it needs protein first and foremost. And then you can fall into the other categories. So, with that said, what is protein? Protein can fall under a plethora of foods under the umbrella. And it's really depending on what do you like and what fits into your lifestyle. For example, if you're a pescatarian, there's smoked salmon, there's sardines. If you're a vegan, you have tempeh protein. There is pea protein shake. There's so many different options for you to select. And if you're keto, then really great protein options to break your fast is a nice juicy ribeye steak or sipping on bone broth. That's a great way to break your fast. And side note, I don't advocate for any type of certain diet. If that's your decision to follow one of these, great. So I want to make sure that you have your options. But a side note about the bone broth, do not drink the bone broth while you're fasting. It's counterproductive. It's nutrient dense food, so you're not technically fasting anymore if you are drinking bone broth throughout your fast. You're just drinking bone broth. So now you're on a bone broth diet, basically. Again, you're not fasting in the core fundamental way of fasting, meaning that you are not taking in food for a set period of time during that fasting window. Bone broth breaks fasts. And it's absolutely fine to break your fast with bone broth. I keep bone broth on the ready all the time, and I'll put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in it and sip it. It's a very nice, gentle way to break your fast. But I want to make sure that you clearly understand that bone broth does break your fast. It is not what you drink during your fast. You really want to focus on drinking water. You can infuse your water with lemon or lime. That's not going to affect your fasting result. But bone broth will absolutely break your fast. So that's something to keep in mind. And that falls under the keto umbrella. If you are low carb, that's a really light, nice, gentle way to break your fast. And it's almost like preparing your body to absorb the nutrients effectively. And that's what this is really about. You want to transition your body from fasting mode and it's done. And now your body is primed to receive the nutrition. Make sure that you subscribe because I'll go into more depth into actually what the fasting does and what autophagy means, meaning that it's starting to eat your own cells within the bad cells. It's like a self-cleaning oven. It's cleaning up all the debris that's in your system. That's one of the major effects of fasting. Again, I promise I'm not going to go into technical jargon. I will make it simple so it is a relatable way of understanding, but make sure you subscribe for that next video. So moving on, if you are like me and you'll eat anything, then rotisserie chicken is always good. There's Greek yogurt. That's a great way to break your fast as well. I'll start with a couple of bites of the Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is very high in protein. Excellent choice. Very gentle way to break your fast when it is time to break your fast. And options for vegetarians. Just because you don't eat meat does not mean that protein isn't vital to your system. Protein comes in so many forms. If you're vegetarian, cottage cheese, scrambled eggs, and I know the cost of eggs are a little bit, leaves a much to be desired right now in the at the time of this recording. I love eggs, and so what I do is go to the farmer's market. Typically, you can buy them in bulk, and then it's a little bit more cost effective than going to the store and getting a carton for whatever the running price is now. $1,000, the amount of a Tesla, I don't know. My whole point is the farmers market is a wonderful place to go for those options. It's more cost effective than your local grocery store, just depending on where you live. If you don't have the option for farmers market, just check around and see what your local farmers are doing. You'd be surprised at how many co-ops that you can take advantage of when it comes to being able to fill and stock your pantry with cost-effective, nutrient-dense foods. So what's a quick meal plan when you want to break your fast? Let's say you're on the go. You whip up some canned tuna, throw in some avocado, cucumber, great snack. Another one, if you have a sweet tooth, then there is protein pudding that's like chia seeds, almond milk, and vegan protein. Those are great options as well. And the simplest option that is out there that you can always use is just drinking a protein shake to break your fast. Make sure you check the label because there are a lot of protein powders out there that are more superior than others. And again, make sure you subscribe because we'll visit those in a future video. Make sure you're reading the label, make sure you're looking at the sugar count, and make sure it is a pure protein shake and not a shake that happens to have protein in it. Does that make sense? Moving right along. What I want you to do now is focus on your efforts and rejoice. You've just made it through a fasting period. That's fantastic. Now we don't want your results and all that hard work to go to waste. So we want to make sure that we are breaking it properly. Again, for pescatarians, you have smoked salmon, sardines. For vegan, you have the tempeh, you have pea protein shakes. If you are on keto, you have ribeye, bone broth. Again, I'm a huge advocate for bone broth. There's so many nutrient benefits to bone broth, and make sure you subscribe so you can see later videos on all the nutrient dense benefits that you get from bone broth. If you are an I'll eat anything gal like myself, then you have the options of the world is really your oyster. Oysters. I like a Beausoleil, but there's so many different options like chicken, Greek yogurt, and even a chef salad where I'll pick out the toppings first and then eat the rest of the salad. You really have so many options. Focus on that eating protein first. The number one thing to break your fast is make sure you eat your protein first and don't ever, under any circumstances, break your fast with alcohol. It will negate all of your hard work for the Ageless AF eating rhythm that you've done. And I don't want you to have to learn the hard way like I did. That's why I'm here. I have your back every step of the way. So make sure you download my free guide below for luxurious eating. All yours. It's my gift to you. So happy fasting. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Make sure you're getting that nutrient-dense food first and foremost, and always be kind to yourself.